Hello and welcome back to BluzesTech Media. My name is Cher and I'm a photographer and videographer here at BluzesTech Media, here to teach you how to use Photoshop. So in our last video, we went over select and mask. And this video is going to be super quick, super easy, super short, and it's about how to dodge and burn in Photoshop. So dodging and burning, what does that even mean? Dodging and burning is a technique used to add highlights and contrast to an image, specifically portraits. I've mostly heard it been used. So it's a great way to kind of add some more dimensions and definition to your portrait. So the first thing I'm going to do is make a copy of my background because like I say in every single video, you want to make sure you have a copy of that background just in case you make a mistake, and also so you can see your past work. So to do that, since this is a locked background, I have to unlock it first, turn it into layer 0, then I'm going to Command J and make a copy of it. So to dodge and burn, if you remember from my past videos of selecting and masking, that's what you're basically doing for this technique. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to my half moon cookie. It looks like a half moon cookie. It's to create new fill or adjustment layer. Clicking on that, and we are going to use curves. I love curves. To me, it makes it much easier and simpler to remember light and dark. And it also comes with this really great graph right here. I know that pulling this down is going to make my image darker, and pulling this up is going to make it brighter. So that's what we're kind of going to play with. First thing I'm going to make is my dodge layer. So the dodge part is the lighter part. So what it is like taking your image and bringing it at least 2 stops higher. So I'm gonna first, just to make sure that I remember what layer this is, I'm gonna double click on it so that I can rename it, and I'm gonna name it Dodge. Great. And now I'm going to increase it a little bit. Ooh. So it looks crazy right now, but you're gonna see the technique. Let go. Then I'm going to click off into this box so that I'm not affecting anything else. Then I'm going to do that same thing again, go back to that cookie, and I'm going to go to curves again. And this time, instead of going up like I did a second ago, I'm going to bring it down. So all of this is basically your preference, like how dark or how bright you want to go. So now that I have my dodge layer selected, making sure it's selected, there you go. I am now going to Command I so that I can make that into a mask. And then I'm going to go to my brush, make sure that my brush is white because white reveals, black conceals. Good, so it's definitely on white. Then I'm gonna zoom in a little bit, go back to my brush, make sure my brush is at a good size. Then I'm gonna start going underneath there. So do you see that difference already? Just how much that brings out under her eye. And if you think it's too much, you can go to the fill right here and just decrease it. Play around with that. Or you can change the opacity. Or what you can do is, I like to have my brush at a flow of 17 or lower, like in this range, like nothing too high. If you have your flow too high, then you're basically just spilling out a bunch of product. So we're working with a face, so I like to have my flow pretty low. I had it on 17 before. I can even go down to like 10. So that way, like I'm doing things in increments and I'm aware of how much product, or I keep calling it product, but how much effect I'm putting onto the image. I'm gonna click back on here. That means I gotta move my brush a little bit harder, but that's okay. Great. I like to highlight the lips a little bit too, especially when there's a nice little shine. And the bridge of that nose. Great. Good. So now if you take off the eyeball, that's what it was before. This is what it is after. So it just gives it a nice little glare, nice little pop, nice little touch. Now we're going to go on to burn. Same thing as before, going to Command I. Go back out, see the full image. So this is what we had before. This is what we had after. One more time. Just gonna zoom in. This was before. This is after. Great. Now we're in our dodge. So I'm now going to go back to my brush again. Make sure it's on white. Zoom in. I love the burn. The burn is a lot of fun. Increase my brush. Make sure that it is soft. I like a soft brush for this. It's because it acts like a makeup brush. Then I'm just gonna go in here slightly. I like to go around the edges a little, edges of her face. If you know anything about makeup, it's very much like contouring. Keep going up. Zoom back out to see that. So you see those shadows that I just added to her face? And then I'm gonna go right in here. And all of this stuff, I think it's a little bit too dark, so I'm just gonna go back and just correct that. Boom. Back out. And then to correct it, I'm just gonna go to my fill and probably just decrease it a little bit. I also think I'm gonna add some darkness to her hair, just in that back section. Kind of give it that shadowy look. Awesome, so this is what it looked like before. This is after. So this is everything without anything. And now look. Just even doing that brightens up her face so much more. And then adding that little contour. Gives her face a bit more definition, gives a little bit more contrast. So that's how you dodge and burn in Photoshop. Thank you so much for watching, and like I said, quick and easy video on how to do these things. Make sure to incorporate all that you learned so far into your portraits. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe us on Facebook. Our Instagram is coming soon, so you're gonna have that to like as well. And comment below, let us know your thoughts and let us know what you did with your dodging and burning techniques. Thank you so much for watching and listening to BluzesTech Media. I'll catch you next time.